Good afternoon, everybody. It's Chris Wilson here talking about worship this coming Sunday. We are continuing our sermon series on spiritual resilience. And we've already looked at several dimensions of that in the first few weeks. And this particular theme for Sunday the 24th is going to be one on community versus individual. And we unfortunately live in a society where it is so individualistic. We tend to look out for ourselves before we even think about another person. And it has done a lot of harm to how we treat one another and how we care for one another and how we live out the commandment of loving neighbor as yourself. And our text this week takes us all the way back to the back end of the New Testament. We're going to be looking at 1 Peter, the second chapter. And the author of 1 Peter lifts up a metaphor and image for us of what the church is to be like. And much like Paul's image of the body of Christ that we find in Corinthians, the author of 1 Peter lifts up the image of a building. And he says, we are a house of living stones, and that we are a stone by ourselves, but when we as individual stones are brought together, we form a house. And that we are far greater together than we ever would be by ourselves. And part of our resiliency, part of our spiritual resiliency is realizing that our journey in our quest to know God more deeply, to follow the steps of Christ, when we do that alone, that is a lonely journey. But when we do it together with other people, we are empowered, we are strengthened, and we find resources in community we would never find just by ourselves. And so we will explore more deeply that theme of community versus individual as a theme of spiritual resilience. We'll explore 1 Peter, and we will find ways to strengthen ourselves as community in new and fresh ways. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday as we continue our quest for spiritual resiliency.